What is up, YouTube? It's me, the artisanmc, back at you again before I was so rudely interrupted. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you will, feel so inclined. I do want to get this in. I know AB is live. The Coliseum is going on. I want to be over there, but I got to get this in so I get this actually done because I had to leave and I had a lot of stuff to do once I got there. So as normal. So shout out to Two Triv coming in the building. Appreciate you, Two Triv. Shout out to the package man, No One. Appreciate you, No One. I do have your cash apps from last week, No One. Apologies. I hadn't even looked at that shit. So I owe you some praise, good brother. So I will give you the 3B salute because I owed you that from last week. Appreciate you. No. And because you're the funny type, which I enjoy, I will also give you the guts and butts. Appreciate you.
Double up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies. Run it up. Never let a hard time on the was.
My phone has been acting crazy, and I hadn't even checked that because so much other stuff was going on with being on call. And then I looked in there, it's like, oh shit, I didn't give these people their props last week. My bad. Bad host. So shout out to the No One. Oh, wait a minute. They got Christmas ones on here right now. Okay, we're gonna send him. Package. You got the package. All right. So, what up, Herb? What's good? I'm listening. See you in here. What's good, Studio? He said, "What's up to the Geek Elite family? Appreciate your Studio for coming through. Shout out to I'm listening. And shout out to Joe Hurd. What's good, Joe Hurd? Happy New Year to you, man. Happy New Year to my Scorpio brother. All right, so this is a continuation stream that I was trying to do earlier today. I'm back home almost about 10 hours later. So I wanted to actually get this in because I thought it was important for me to get this best movies of 2023 in before we roll over to 2024. You know, some stuff I can actually get done on time. At least on YouTube. Everything else I actually do get done on time. So with this one, I'm gonna pick it up where we left off with number 10. What the fuck was that? Oh, appreciate you, Herb. Appreciate that. I'm gonna pop a bottle on that. Appreciate you, Herb, for supporting the stream. I will give you a double that. Appreciate it.
Money for the crowd, double that. Fat, double that. 100 on the sack, double that. Block like a ghost town, still double back.
All right, that stand was buzzing. I'm like, why is it buzzing? Weird. It's just been a day of issues, so no worries. So, as I was saying, number 10 on this list, and this is the list of the good movies. Okay, these were the good movies, the ones that I liked. There was more than 10 for all the movies that I saw this year. You want to see the worst of list? I have it up here right now. I'm trying to edit if it will actually load up sometime this year. My goodness gracious alive. If it will actually load up so I can edit out the music on it, I will edit it and put it back up, but I locked it up because I didn't want the copyrights because of the music that was on it. And YouTube is not cooperating with an hour and 50-minute video, but fucking kill me. They do more stuff to keep you from actually earning money on videos than they do to help you earn money on videos. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, it's like this light is too fucking bright. There we go. I don't need to be pale, but I do need to see. There you go. There's my favorite pair of Dallas lips. What up, Toya? Appreciate the BTM coming through. This thing just will not fucking load. Okay, so this is the top 10, right? And it was kind of difficult to pull this list together because I liked all of these movies. And because they're not in the same genre, it makes it hard for me to consider them one above the other. They're not the same type of movie, right? You have some historical movies, you have some purely created movies, you have some series, you have some animated. It's hard to judge them to each other. So I put this list together based on how I felt leaving the movie, how amped I was after leaving the movie, how much I wanted to see another one, how much I wanted to go back to that world and hang out with those characters again. Okay, that's what it was. So, with that being said, it's still too fucking dark in here. Number 10 comes in with the creator, JD Wash, and the producer of Rogue One. Now, you guys already know I like John David Washington already. I thought the movie was very creative, sci-fi wise. There's a lot of tech and whatnot in it that made me think of old school James Cameron and stuff, like watching Aliens. A lot of tech, a lot of military action going on. There was one part in the movie that made me a little bit confused with what was going on with Nomad. Why, if Nomad, the satellite floating overhead, had went rogue, why were there people still on board it? It didn't make any sense to me. That part didn't make any sense to me. But other than that, I thought the movie was good with robots fighting to be recognized, not as people, but just to be recognized as sentient beings and trying to have peace between AI and humanity other than warfare. So it was very epic. It did look beautiful. The trailers sold the CG, and it was even better in the movie. I did mention earlier that I still have the movie poster for the creator sitting on my coffee table in the living room because I like the movie. And as soon as I get a chance, I will watch it again. I know it's on streaming services right now. I think it's on Prime right now. So as soon as I get the chance, I will watch it again. Coming in at number 9 was a movie that I like this actor and like Fast in the Furious franchise. This movie spawned from one movie into a whole franchise, and this actor is actually doing a good job with it. And that's Mission Impossible 7 or Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, I like Tom Cruise. As goofy as he can be about having a heart, as crazy he can seem for doing his own stunts and stuff like that. Look, I grew up on Jackie Chan. An actor doing his own stunts is a blessing, I guess. In Hollywood, it's unheard of. Hong Kong cinema, everybody doing it. It's not that big of a deal. Just don't get hurt, right? So Tom Cruise out there really wanting to put himself on the line. He is one of our last superstars, a legit movie star who will go out there and do this stuff. The dude is serious, certifiable. He's been married twice, so he obviously is certified for something, right? Because, like my buddy Ron used to say, the only 2 times they commit you is to marriage or death. That's it. So he committed. Whatever he's doing, he's committed. And I respect that level of authenticity and that level of commitment to doing and perfecting his craft and wanting to give the paying customer a very good show. A very good show. Mission Impossible 7, I liked. I like some Haley Atwell. I do. I'm sorry. I like my British chicks. Sue me. I like accents. I like her. She's good to look at. She was a fun character in this. And not fun in the sense that she was a goofball, but she was getting herself into trouble, but actually getting herself out a little bit too. It goes without saying the action scenes were off the hook. Goes without saying, and not in the Fast and Furious way where it's all CG. They were off the hook in the sense that most of this was real. Most of this was really happening. When you saw them running on the back of a train, they was running on the back of a damn train. That was them. It was no bullshit. I appreciate that. Those were movies I always liked because it stretched the realism, and I like them doing that, not thinking that everybody in the audience is a child on the spectrum and need to be warned not to do this stuff because you'll go out there and get killed. Okay, we're children. Movies are fake, so I'm fine with that. I am really interested to see the development in Esai Morales' character in the next movie. So this was one of the first movies that had me really interested to see part two. And it's coming out early next year. So I'm already there. I got a slate of movies coming out early next year that I'm gung ho and ready for. So Mission Impossible 7 is one of those movies. I left the theater feeling like, what the heck? Where's it going to go from here? And I was really interested to see that. So that's Mission Impossible 7 fills out the number 9 list. Now, I can't fucking read my handwriting because it's too light. Okay. Number 8 is one that I was a surprise hit for me. And when I went to the theater, it was two movies playing at the same time that I couldn't really decide to see at the same time. One I knew I wanted to see, one I had to see later, which was Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I saw that later on streaming and I actually liked it. But this movie I saw in the theater, and I was happy I saw this in the theater, and it was the Super Mario Brothers movie. This movie was fun. This was nostalgia done right. Now, despite the criticism early on about Chris Pratt voice acting as Mario not being the original actor, right in the beginning of the movie, they had the original voice actor, voicing Mario's uncle or grandfather, something like that. I thought that was a good nod. Moving on. The voice of Chris Pratt as Mario, I was fine with it. Anya Taylor-Joy playing Princess Peach, might as well. She looked like if you dressed her up right now, she would look like Princess Peach. Okay, not an issue. And I'm forgetting the other guy who was playing Luigi. I liked it. I even liked Jack Black being Bowser. It was fun. It hit on so many nostalgia points, from the music to the stuff they were using to how it looked. It's like, this is how you do this right. How do so many other movies get this wrong? I don't get it. And it's animated. Yeah, it wasn't John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins Super Mario Brothers fighting against fucking Dennis Hopper. No, it wasn't that garbage. It was better, which I'm fine with. I'm completely fine with. I left the movie feeling happy about that, looking forward to seeing, please do something else in this style, in this universe. Give me a Zelda. Give me a Metroid. Give me another Mario. I'm fine with that. Throw Wario in there. I don't give a shit. It was so much fun in this movie. Just remembering when they were doing the whole Mario Kart thing, it's like, dude, this is too much fun. This is too much fun. That's all it was. It was just fun. What up, Beasley? Beasley said, yeah, Charlie Day. Thank you. I was forgetting his name. Charlie Day did Luigi. Seth Rogen did the voice of Donkey Kong. All the voice acting was on point. All the voice acting was on point. There was nobody that I thought needed to be switched out. They could have had a better voice. It worked. And it was consistent. So Nintendo got in there and made sure they fought for their property like old school MCU fought for their properties to do it the way they wanted to exactly. And it turned out great. It was fan service, nostalgia bait in some ways, but it actually had a decent story. You actually felt like you were in that world and gave you all those good feelings. If I was a kid right now and I went and saw that movie, I'd want to play Mario games. I would, because it looked fun. It's colorful. It's fun. It looked like they're having a good. Dude, I want to play this game. What game is that? Great movie. Good. Got me in the feels. Made me feel good. I had no problems when I left that theater. I was actually happy I watched it. So that's it for number 8, Super Mario Brothers. Gotta forgive me. I am going blind now too. Number 7 Did I not pick a number 7? Yeah, I did. All right, number 7 comes in. Let me fix this real quick so I can see this light colored bullshit on here. Apologies. I wrote one in blue ink and one in this fading black ink that is playing havoc with my old man eyes. I just want to speed it up a little bit for you guys. Okay, I'm good now. We know what that one is. All right, so where am I at? Number 7. All right. Oh, yes, Beastly Nerd. Super Smash Brothers. No, that needs to be their MCU endgame moment. If Nintendo does it right, you get a Zelda movie, a Metroid movie, a F-Zero movie, maybe, or Star Fox. F-Zero or Star Fox would work, right? And then you lead up to a Super Smash Brothers movie. That's the combined movie where all of them come together. Don't know what the villain would be. Maybe it's just all the villains that were introduced in those other 4 movies against all the heroes that were introduced in the other 4 movies. I don't know. That'd be fun. I'd watch that shit. I'd have a good time, especially if they made it just like they made the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'd have a good time with that. I would. I want to see Captain Falcon out there. I do. I want to see Link out there with his sword. Listen, with the Master Sword, getting it. I'd be down for that. I would totally be down for that. Like, look, they already got access to the pocket, man. They already got access to the pocket. All they need to do is say it's coming out. And I'm like, where's my popcorn? I need my popcorn, my red vines, and my drink. Let's get it. What's the holdup? We already got Sonic in a Pokemon movie, so yeah. They can, look. They can even throw Pikachu in that bitch because they already got that movie. It's a little bit of writing to say that still can be together. A little bit of writing, dude. A little bit of writing. That shit will sell. It would sell itself. All you have to do, Super Smash Brothers. Next summer, people showing up. Everybody showing up. Now, moving on from the Super Mario, which was number 8. Why did I mark that? Sorry. So, number 7 is a hard one for me to put at number 7, but there were so many movies on this list. What up, JL? Jay West? What's good? There's so many movies on the like list that, should have to be made. Now, I put this a little bit lower because the top 5 is kind of tight. And I really liked this movie. Some people didn't really feel this movie so much, and it wasn't because the movie wasn't. It's because of another movie on this list. Put it that way. Another movie on this list came before this one and kind of amped the expectations for this movie when it shouldn't have. And the movie is Equalizer 3. I like the character of Robert McCall. I like Denzel Washington as an actor. I really do. I like the Equalizer series. I watched the Equalizer TV show when it was a thing back in the 90s. I liked this installment of the movie of this character because it was a bit more gritty. It was a bit more gritty. It was graphic and it was a bit more gritty, but the slowed tempo is what threw people off because you had a little bit more of to me, a Western feel to this, where the stranger comes into town and starts getting to know the people in the town and really feels a sense of peace and then goes to bat for the people in the town against the people who are actually preying on the town. Now, I'm all for characters finding their sense of peace. Robert McCall needs to have some peace. John Rambo needs to have some peace. Those are two cinematic characters that I'm fine with them having a little bit of peace. I really am, because they've been through a hell of a lot. They've done a lot. Rambo Last Blood, that was him trying to find some peace, having to come back to the violence, and then having to go away again. Robert McCall in this one is finds his peace. He's doing his equalizer thing, but by chance he gets hit and actually has to. What's good, Rainfire? Has to have some downtime in this small village in Italy. You already know. I like a lot of things that come from Italy: pasta, cars, women, scenery. I just haven't been to Italy yet. Okay. My actual government name works in Italian too. So I'm all for going to Italy. They might not like my black ass, but I don't give a shit. I ain't there for the rest of the assholes. Okay. So all of this I was already liking. I already like Antoine Fuqua's directing style. And I like the movies he and Denzel Washington actually put out. So I did not mind the slower tone in this, because when it ramped up, it ramped up. When it got gritty, it got gritty. Right when it was supposed to. And I've went to bat for this movie many a times, because unlike John Wick, the Equalizer does things on a sneak. He's not running in guns blazing with a bulletproof suit on. No, that's not what he's doing. That's not the style of movie it is. He is an ex CIA operative. He is going in on the quiet, on the QT, taking out people very violently, very gritty. Almost like he has a little bit of he on the spectrum. And the people who got it deserved it. And the scales were balanced and equalized. And I enjoyed it. Now, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea because it was too slow. Okay, I get it. Everything moves fast in this generation. Took too long. Okay, fine. To me, I loved it. So it is at number 7, but it is very high in my heart. So if they were going to do a number 4, I'd probably watch that, and I would feel some kind of way about that one, because I feel that this movie was a perfect place to leave off, especially since they introduced this actress to me. Mm, her fine ass. What, Gabriella or something like that? She on my Instagram. I be lusting. I'm sorry, y'all. I be lusting over that chocolate Italian speaking sister. Mm, mm, mm. That was good casting, goddammit. I'm serious. That was good casting. That was so good casting. I was sitting in the movie having to look her up like, who the hell is she? I gotta find out who the hell she is. She speak Italian? Oh. I really need to visit Italy. Shake the tree and see what I can find. I'm just saying. Don't be laughing at me, Beastly. I am a huge lesbian. I told y'all that before. I'm a very huge lesbian, and I've known since I was born. So, y'all don't hate me. I was born this way. If I ever catch her ass somewhere, we're going to have words. Might be like Pepe Le Pew, but look, be on her ass like a skin rash. But anyway, that's Equalizer 3 in the number 7 spot. Now, number 6. This is one I saw recently, and this movie was actually better than I was expecting. Now, some people have said that this is the best of this type of movie that has ever been made. I'm not sure about that. Even though I grew up on this character, I can't say that I've seen absolutely every one of these movies. And because I was young when I was seeing them, it was Ultraman and it was Godzilla. And Godzilla minus one was a good damn movie to me. It was a good damn movie because the mix in this movie was not about the monster, it was about the people. And the people were not fucking annoying. They weren't. You cared about their stories. You cared about what was going on with them. You felt some shit like, oh my God, dude, they getting killed. They getting killed. Get out the way. Run quicker. No, don't go that way. What are you? Oh my God. It was rough. It was rough. And I appreciated in Godzilla minus one at number 6, I appreciated them having the perspective of this story from after the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and how they rebuilt after that. I appreciated that because that is a view you don't always see. You don't. I mean, you may have touched on it in Logan a little bit, like, oh, maybe I was there, maybe I got burnt. No, this was day one after the fact. What we doing? Well, everything is ruined. It lets you know and invested you in those characters so much you wanted to see them win. And you wanted to see them win so much when Godzilla turned up, you was like, man, fuck him. You need to go somewhere. They've had enough. They've been dealing with a lot. Can you just stall them out a little bit, Debo? No. Godzilla was a whole a-hole in this. He was. He wasn't the redeemable monster that you cheering for him. Yeah, go kick some other, go beat up Monster Zero. No, it wasn't that. You was like, I fucking hate Godzilla. He ain't got no chill. He ain't got no chill. He just don't care. So for that emotional element in the movie that you knew everybody from the people on the ship getting the mines out, you knew those pilots, you knew those sailors, excuse me, I'm forgetting the word. You knew those sailors, you knew that the ground crew, the pilot, the plane crew who got the new experimental plane ready, to the failed kamikaze pilot that, like, you failed. Yeah, but I'm not dead. Yeah, but you were supposed to die because you're a kamikaze pilot and you're still alive. So you failed. Dishonor on you. That was a lot, dude. That was a lot to carry. Every character in there you cared something about. Even the little nerdy dude who came up with the plan to try to defeat Godzilla. You cared something about them. You were invested in them. Every one of them had personality. All of them were fun in some ways and serious in other ways. So your relation was with the people in this, not the monster. And this is a far cry from the Americanized versions of the Godzilla movies, which I like. But like I was saying, none of the people are annoying in this one. None of them are annoying. Only person, even Godzilla, is not annoying. He's just an asshole. But you kind of get why he's just a monster, dude. He's just doing what he's doing. He was terrifying. It was a little bit of the Jaws feel. And I like the mix of practical suit and CG because that made that shit more scary. It did. It made it more believable. It gave you a little bit of nostalgia from going back to when they first was doing Godzilla with the little man in the suit. And a little bit of this new stuff, the legendary style with the CG on the character. The mix of those two together is perfect for me. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So I look forward, if they make a -2, I'll be there to watch it. If they do the same thing they did in this one, I'll be there to watch it because that was great. There was nothing I could have complained about watching that movie. Nothing. And it didn't even have a long ass runtime either. So I was like, oh Jesus, one movie that didn't want to clock in at 3 hours. So Godzilla -1 in the number 6 slot. So now we get to the top 5 best movies of 2023. To me, your list may be different. This is my list, obviously, because you're watching it. So this is what it's going to be. So the number 5 movie. I should have y'all guess some of these. Maybe. I know some of y'all double dipping, but I'm trying to get through this. The number 5 movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The final installment from James Gunn in the MCU with our current model Guardians. Now, thinking of this right now, I just remembered Adam Strange in this movie and how much I didn't like Adam Strange, which makes me think that this number 5 should have been flip flopped. That I should have flip flopped it with Godzilla -1. But overall, I really enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Overall, I really enjoyed it. Outside of how they fucking screwed up Adam Warlock, um, I really enjoyed the movie. It had a lot of emotional heart. It had some really gut wrenching stuff with Rocket getting his origin story and seeing his friends and how they passed and why he carries things the way he does. Look, I know other people who watched this shit didn't came out of there kind of crying. I didn't cry, but they was kind of messed up about seeing that because some people just can't deal with that animal cruelty stuff whatsoever. Okay, this is that animal's not real, but okay, they felt something from a CG animal. Cool, at least you felt something, right? Now, I really do think I should switch this movie because the second part I'm thinking about that actually bothered me about this movie was the High Evolutionary. Now, while I think the actor was awesome, I think he was having fun with it and going over the top with the High Evolutionary as a villain. That's why you play villain, so you can go a little bit over the top. You can actually do some crazy shit that you don't usually get to do if you're playing the hero. I like that actor. He did a damn good job as a High Evolutionary. But I didn't like the fact that they cast a black person to be in this role being such a despicable, cruel human being. I didn't like that. And I had said that from the beginning because the tendency with the MCU for that phase was every big bad villain had to be some big bad black dude. I wasn't appreciating that at all. I appreciate the actors working and appreciate the performances that both of those actors put out. But they didn't need to change the High Evolutionary to a black man for me. They didn't. Even though the dude did a good job, they need to change it to a black dude for me, especially if that's was going to be the way he was. Oh hell no, no! You could have got somebody else. You could have gave me a corn-fed white boy. I would have been fine with that because that's what he is in the comic books. Now beyond that, the story of Rocket, the story of Peter, the story of Gamora, all of that was interesting because it is a family dynamic. It is a family dynamic, and these characters actually evolving in a sense and growing up. And after watching the Christmas special last year, I really liked the idea that Mantis and Drax were actually growing a little bit and wanting to go their own way. Because as fun and goofy as Mantis and Drax are in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, that is not those characters in the comic books. Drax is not the lovable dumbass in comic books. Drax is the destroyer. He is not anybody to play with whatsoever. Same thing with Mantis. Mantis is a problem. She's not I might be on the spectrum girl. No. No. Somebody you might want to leave alone. So, be that as it may, in the movies, their characters work, and I like to see that their characters being a little bit more in line with how they are in the comics and stretching out and getting to do some other things. But the main linchpin of that story was Rocket, his story, his backstory, which was the main tie that pulled that whole movie together for a lot of people. Now, while I enjoyed it a lot, on second revision, yeah, it should have been number 6 and not number 5. But I just told you, so now it's number 5. So that one has an asterisk next to it, which you can drop down one because Godzilla was better than that one. It just was. As much as I liked it, it was better than that one. So that's my bad. I'll switch that on my list later. Now, number 4. Y'all quiet as hell in here. Double dipping. Number 4. This movie I really enjoyed. From a director, I really enjoy watching his movies. And I've seen, I believe, all of his movies. Haven't been disappointed with one of them yet. Now, I've been thinking a lot in the last couple of months. Maybe that means I'm not that good of a fucking reviewer. Or I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I don't know. Maybe I'm just having a crisis. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, though. But this director, I like his work. I like the performances in these movies. It was very strong. And this goes to Oppenheimer. Loved Oppenheimer. Loved it. I was excited to see this movie when I first saw the trailer. I was excited to see who was doing it because I knew visually it would be stunning, which it was. I think we don't want to get yelled at for getting off topic in the chat. Is that what it is, Toya? Did I do that to y'all? Did I make everybody feel scolded? Apologies to the chat. Y'all carry on and have your conversations. It's okay. Y'all all tentative in here. I told y'all before, I don't hand out pillows and cotton balls in here. There is no place to get your pillows. No soft talk in here. Shop talk, not soft talk. And this is geek speak, so you can hear any kind of shit. Toya laughing. Okay, she liked that. Beastly laughing. Okay, he liked that. You're free to talk about the chat. Yes, big brother Noopsy. No one, don't feed into that shit. Toya just messing with me and threw me completely off of talking about this damn movie. Sensitivity. Yeah, Beastly, apparently everybody's sensitive. I didn't think I had that much damn authority over folks. I thought we was all grown. I just get pissy when I'm trying to talk about something. Y'all ain't talking about the shit that I'm like, I'm looking for engagement. Y'all ain't engaged with me at all. Like that nigga talking. Oh, fuck him. What y'all doing? What you eating tonight? Oh, you cooking that? That's the only thing I said. Kind of rude. I mean, Kevin would have said the same shit to y'all. It's a black folks thing. All right, laughing out loud. Pillows and cotton balls. Yeah, I hand out no pillows and no cotton balls. No cotton balls for your ears. No pillows for your soft ass and sensitive feelings. No bubble wrap. I have no bubble wrap. I don't. Sorry. But if you need a hug, hit me after hours. Took me until the third movie seeing all of the Ravagers to realize that they're the original Guardians comics. Exactly, Rainfire. That's why it was a big deal to have those Ravagers in there, to have those original Guardians in there. It kind of fucked up Yondu a lot, but they might have made him a little better. Might have. Even though I didn't like him in the second movie. I'm not praising that motherfucker for stealing fucking children and getting rich off of it, but he saved the one little white boy. Fuck you. What about all the rest of them kids that's dead? No. I didn't like Yondu. I wasn't praising Yondu for that shit. Engaging with the holiday bottle of rum. As well you should, no one. If I wasn't on call, I'd be in there messing up the rest of that winter jack and that rum chata. Just saying. I like Guardians. Warlock threw me off in every scene. Yeah, he might as well. Adam Warlock in the Guardians movie might as well have been in Thor Love and Thunder. He might as well have been in that shit. Because that's what he was. Just a dumber version of Thor. And I'm like, Adam Warlock is not goofy. But comic book Adam Warlock ain't got much personality anyway. Okay, it's a James Gunn movie. Everybody gonna be a little bit goofy. Okay. Everybody's going to be a little bit goofy. That's what he does. So it is what it is. So anyway, getting back to this, Oppenheimer. Number 4 on the list, Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy gave me a great performance of Robert J. Oppenheimer, and made me believe that he was this character. Not that I know Oppenheimer up and down, outside of him being the creator of the atomic bomb, but enough of a performance to the sense that even me and my regional manager got to talking about this movie and having an engaged conversation about this movie and how good it was. Now, this is a man in his 60s that don't know my life, ain't even black, and we're having this good conversation about this movie, about the performances in this movie, because it was so strong. Emily Blunt killed it as Kitty Oppenheimer. She was not a good person. She was kind of a drunk. But look, by the time you get to the end of that movie and she sat down with them people doing the interview, Kitty was giving them the what for. She she was a whole problem in that room. They didn't want to keep talking to her because Kitty was giving them the business. Now, shout out to my little young bae, Florence Pugh. She another one who can get it. I've been telling y'all that since the Black Widow movie that most of y'all said you didn't see. I'm liking me some Florence Pugh. She cut the right way for me. Cut the right way for me. I'm just saying. She got an accent too. I told y'all the accents be getting me. Yeah, she was in there doing and giving a little cheesecake and stuff. I was like, oh shit. Okay, we all adults. But her performance was surprising. Robert Downey Jr. in this, playing the senator. Great fucking performance. Watching him in this movie, I wasn't even thinking Tony Stark. Wasn't thinking Tony Stark or Iron Man, none of that MCU shit when I'm watching. I'm just watching this and say, this is Robert Downey Jr. He playing the fuck out of this. Playing the fuck out of this. Yeah, the British bombshell. The little British bombshell. Yeah, the little British bombshell. With the little movies too. Like, she working it. Little sexy ass. I'm sorry. Florence can get it. Let me catch her little goofy ass somewhere. We're going to have hot sauce and macaroni, nigga. I missed no one's comment. Actually, there's a Star Wars article. Yeah, it'll be some goofiness, though. Yeah, I could have an Oppenheimer Godzilla -1 watch party, but that'd be a long fucking day. Y'all actually have to show up for that watch party because there's no way I'm gonna watch those two movies back to back and just be sitting in there by myself. I don't need to stream that to watch it by myself. Fuck that. Beastly Nerd said I saw her first. Well, the fuck you didn't. Did you see Black Widow, or was you watching some of that other hoity-toity British culture stuff that she was in? Are you watching that? Because other than that, you can't see it first. It don't matter. Look, everybody got a turn. She ain't a dime, but adjustable 6. And she regular as shit too. Cute. I don't like the septum ring shit though she doing. Don't like that. But anyway, the movie for Oppenheimer was actually great. The special effects were awesome. And the funny part about the special effects is that they say all of that was practical. Most of it was practical. That it wasn't a special effect. It was all practical. Now, that's kind of scary to think. Like, what the hell was y'all blowing up to get that? The other thing that I thought was really good about this movie was that you realize that these people are not good. Oppenheimer Kitty, um, Florence Pugh's character, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, the senator. These wasn't good people. None of these motherfuckers was good. This was not a movie to coddle their feelings and stroke their fucking egos. Oh no, they did some some dirty shit. They did, but it's just what it was. It's just what it was. It was the time. It was what was going on. Whatever, right? But I enjoyed the movie, even with the long runtime. I enjoyed it because seeing how it played out and how the government actually used him and then tried to abuse him. Oh, that was dirty. That was some dirty shit. The only movie that came close to showing how dirty people can be was Killers of the Flowers Moon. That's the only other movie this year that came close to showing how dirty people can be to you. Just grimy for no reason. Like, so enjoyed Oppenheimer. It looked great. The musical score was great. And the motherfucker, Christopher Nolan got me, y'all. He got me. Because when it got to that comic explosion, I was expecting to get rattled out of my goddamn seat. Because I saw Tenet in, IMAX and shit like that. I was expecting to get rattled out my seat. That explosion went off and there was nothing. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, because they're far away. You can't hear it. And then it got me, motherfucker. Like, God damn it, Chris. God damn it. You got me. That was awesome. That was awesome. But you got me. Yeah, the shockwave. I get it. I know it. I've studied explosions. You motherfucker. Okay. Got one. Good one. So I would recommend it for anybody to do. I still have never done my review of that movie. It was a lot to watch at one time. And then I ran right from Oppenheimer into another movie to see that. So the reviews got backed up on that one. But I have always talked glowingly of the movie that I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I would watch it again. Just like I watch Doom Part 1 again. It don't matter if it was 3 hours. I'd still watch it again. Okay. So Oppenheimer, number 4 spot on the list. And now we are down to the top 3. What's good, BMT? You might get some Dark Zone action tonight. But we're doing a movie countdown right now. Or I'm doing a movie countdown right now. Y'all sitting in the chat. Try not to talk because you think the teacher's going to throw an eraser at you or something. Coddle your feelings. Now, top 3. Number 3 comes in a hard spot. While I like this actor, I like this character. And the character is similar in a sense to another character on the list. I have to say number 3 is John Wick 4. Now, why is John Wick 4 number 3? Because I was looking forward to seeing John Wick. I was looking forward to seeing John Wick number 4. The John Wick franchise has been something I have been on since the first movie. I went and saw the first movie in Stockton because Black Bane, Sam, had mentioned it to me had I seen the trailer. He sent me the trailer on Instagram. I looked at the trailer like, man, I got to see that shit. He's like, it's out now. I said, it's out now? I was in Stockton. I found the closest movie theater and went and watched it, and I was hooked. Like Keanu Reeves, like action movies, I like good gunplay, and I was down. And what I saw in that movie, I enjoyed the world. I got the character, why he was doing what he was doing, and got pulled into this world of these assassins and getting revenge, which I love. I love a good revenge story and how it constantly unfolded. And every movie kept pulling me deeper and deeper into that world. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed the kills. I enjoyed all of that stuff. John Wick 4, you got Keanu Reeves, you got Donnie motherfucking Yen, you got Hiroki Sanada. Ooh, I'm like, who wasn't in this movie right now? You got Scott Adkins in it too. I'm like, Jesus, everybody in this. Only people I'm missing is Iko Huas and Tony Jaa. Like, Jesus. I enjoyed the movie. Now, I did have a couple of points that I thought was a little bit too unbelievable for me, even in the John Wick movie. But as far as the fights, the level of endurance this character has to have to go through all of this, and just Keanu Reeves proving that he can do all of this action, even at his advanced age after the Matrix movies, in another franchise that is well loved, like the Matrix movies. Keanu Reeves gets all the hand claps to me. Like that little nice motherfucker give up his seat for anybody, motherfucker, is probably for real dangerous. I'm serious. It's a good thing he's one of the nicest dudes in Hollywood because he's probably the most dangerous motherfucker walking around there. I'm just serious. He can't not be. He's had way too much training, way too much gun training, way too much car driving. Look, dude, look. His resume speaks for itself. And he can act and and he can direct. Bruh. Keanu Reeves will probably whoop your ass in a dark alley. Ain't no cameras around. It's like, look, I told you to stop fucking with me. You turn into a hole, the one on your ass. So, John Wick, this entrance into John Wick, where he is actually going against the table, going against the high table, I wanted to see that shit. And it was so much cool stylistic stuff placed in this that some of it will go, it'll just fly under the radar to you. Like a perfect example, Donnie Yen's character of getting the name of the character. He was a blind character, right? He was the blind assassin. Him using the little sensors, the little door sensors in the kitchen so he would know where to shoot to hit the guys. I thought was creative as hell. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. That's a cool idea. Because you got a blind guy as an assassin. You want to know how he getting it done, how he getting the work done. Okay. How's he gonna get the work done? It seems like everybody got the drop on him, right? Look, he pulling some daredevil stuff without the splash in the eyes of the chemicals. Okay. So I was digging that for a while. The other part where it came down to later in the end of the movie, where John Wick and the Marquis de Gramont are sitting there flipping cards over to decide how they're going to have this duel. That deck of cards that they had, I was looking at. I got my fetishes, dude. But that deck of cards they had, I was like, that looked cool as hell. Can you buy those? Where do you get those? Those look cool. It's a little thing that's thrown in there. You probably wouldn't even care about it 2 minutes from now. But goofy motherfuckers like me, I want a deck of those cards. I really do. Because I can think of some shit to do with that. I really could. So I was liking that. The only scene that I really had a problem with that always comes up in my mind is the stairway fight. Now, I think they've screwed up the time on that because he's supposedly only had like 5 minutes or so to get up them damn stairs. And halfway through it, he got kicked down them damn stairs and had to go all the way to the bottom, which means he should have had some broken bones or something like that. But the problem comes in outside of the time was when, God damn it, what is the character's name? Donnie Yen's character comes and helps John Wick go back up the stairs. And now this blind man is running upstairs, shooting people at least 20, 30 feet away. They're too far away for you to hear, dude. Not with all that gunfire going off. They're too far away. I'm like, that was stretching credibility a little bit too much. That's where it broke for me. It's like, there ain't no fucking way. He's blind. He can't see the stairs. He's not just running up the stairs and just shooting people all up above him from overhead and different. He can't even. They're too far away to even hear him, dude. Come on, man. Come on. That was a bit too much for me. Cool scene, cool scene. But I'm like, I smell a little bit of bullshit. That was the one that bothered me. Now, spoiler alert, the ending of it, where John Wick is actually having the duel with Kane, that's his name, with Donnie Yen's character, that was out of anime to me. That was out of anime. That was Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop having a duel against this what looked like a child. And I think that the episode was called Sympathy for the Devil or something like that, where this grown ass person stuck in this child's body who was like a demon. He would be killing people. And by the end, they had a duel. And Spike had this same kind of gun that John Wick had, taking his one shot to try to hit this kid and reverse that aging process so he would actually age up. That to me looked the same as in John Wick. It looked like they ripped that scene right out of the anime and put it in there in the John Wick. The duel was fine, but that's what it reminded me of. That's really what it reminded me of. Now, the scene that most people will look at as for all the action is the top-down view fight with what was the brother's name with the dog? I'm forgetting his name. But BMT's name. Holy shit, it was a Cowboy Bebop moment. Yes, it was. Told you, man, I watch a lot of shit. Go back and look at it. He said, yeah, this ain't Rogue One. Yeah. The forces with me. Yeah. Yeah, come on, man. Hold on a second. Wrong movie. He should have slipped. He should have stumbled. He got on some slippery shoes. He should have failed some shit. No. Blind man running upstairs. I'm not buying it. It turned him into sticker Daredevil. Yeah. Yeah. He was more sticky, more Daredevil. You can just send stairs. Anyway. An angle at that. The scene that most people will talk about is the top-down scene where John Wick is going room to room and upstairs fighting these guys, and it looks like a fucking video game. That was a very inventive scene because it did look like a video game. It really did. And I think that's what sold it for a lot of people because it looked like a video game. But at the end of the day, what is it a scene of? It's just a scene of people getting shot with the dragon fire ammo. So what are you actually? Yeah, the tracker. Thank you. What are you excited about? The kills or the fire? Because both of them are kind of disturbing to really be enamored by it. But the top down view, yeah, that's something you don't usually see. Yeah, it was real, but it almost looked fake at the same time. So it was a cool scene, but it's not my favorite scene in the whole shit. It's not. It's just not. Yeah, the tracker was good. The tracker was good. I did like his character. I wanted to know more about his character because look, last movie with Halle Berry and them dogs, dude, you don't be fucking with none of these dogs in this assassin's world. Not in the John Wick universe. You don't want to be messing with these dogs. Dogs is a problem just in the real world with police and shit like that. You don't need one of these assassin trained dogs. You will lose all kind of stuff that you didn't want to lose. Okay, this is a problem. That's a whole problem. And look, dogs in the middle of a gunfight. Look, this whole series started because somebody killed a goddamn dog, and they keep throwing dogs in a line of fire. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. You can't be killing no dogs in this universe. It's not here you killing. What's that? Rage in Harlem. I don't want to hear you killing no dogs. Yeah, no dog killing in the John Wick universe. Oh no, no, no. That's why Guardians of the Galaxy works where it works. If the High Evolutionary had showed up in the John Wick universe, he'd have caught a bullet in the head. Quick. Wouldn't have been none of that. No, it wouldn't have been another day. That would have been over. Like, what did you do to Rocket? It would have been over for him. What up, Donnie Mac? Dragon's breath. Yeah, the dragon's breath shotgun rounds. Yeah. I need some of those in my division game. I really do. Because then it'll be more fun. As it stands, I just put incendiary on my shotgun bullets. Seems to work well. Works the same way. So anyway, that's John Wick at number 3. Now, number 2 spot, best movie of the year, to me, was from, it is the second part. Is it the second part? No, it's the third part to a franchise I was really enjoying by a first time director. Top Gun came out last year, BMT. Top Gun was last year. And this movie is Creed 3, Michael B. Jordan. I love Creed 3. I really did. Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors. The story of Adonis Creed getting out of boxing and switching over to the different phase of his career, which is he is mentoring and training fighters. And somebody from his past coming back who felt he got the life that was denied him because he took the fall for something Adonis did, being Jonathan Majors' character Dame. Now, mind you, all this is happening around the 90s in LA. Initially, it happened around the 90s in LA. I feel this, not because I'm from LA, but I'm from California, Bay Area. Been here in the 90s. I feel this. I'm feeling this shit. Music, setup, all of that. When his friend came back, you knew it was probably going to be a problem. But you got a good, detailed interaction between what it means to be Adonis Creed, what it means to be Dame, and what it was like. And it was so many lessons in that for Black men dealing with each other. Angry Man said it best that he knew, or you knew watching this movie, the only way you was going to get somebody like Dame to listen was that you was going to have to beat his ass. And then you can get him to listen because that's how Dame was. Dame was jealous. Yeah, he went down. He lost a lot of years from a promising career, which happens a lot in the hood. It happens a lot. But him coming back, you knew he was going to be on some bullshit. And he was not going to rest until you beat his ass and made him listen. Then his ears was open. Before that, you couldn't tell him shit because he was just hungry. He just wanted it. And seeing Adonis fall, seeing Dame take the spotlight, and having to come back and fight his friend, his brother, was epic. Now, I never did my review of this because I talked about it so much on the live stream. But I will tell you this. One of my favorite scenes in this is the end where you go inside the fighter's mind and you see what each one of them are seeing while they're in that square, while they're in that ring. You see what's going on in their mind, their inner turmoil, what they are envisioning when they see each other and how they're trying to battle that it is completely removed from anybody else being in that damn stadium. They're not even thinking about everybody else. They in there battling each other and their thoughts of each other. That shit was deep. And what I liked about this is that you saw Michael B. Jordan's vision from a first-time director, mind you. This is his first movie he's directed. But what he put in there was that anime influence because he is a geek. He is a big fucking geek. He put that anime influence in there. And you got a live action scene of something you would normally see in a Dragon Ball Z or some other kind of fighting anime where the fighters are so good they can get inside each other's minds and see what's going on inside there. You're fighting the spirits of these people other than just beating on their bodies. The stuff that you saw, the impact shots, just knocking the sweat off of people's body in slow motion. Zack Snyder. This is how you use slow motion to a good effect, where you don't overuse it. Watch this movie because the slow mo in this, when it happened, it emphasized something. It's like a curse word. It emphasized what happened and it made sense to happen then. Too much, it loses its impact. But just at the right moment, it's like, oh, yeah, that hurt. That had to hurt. I was feeling it. And I was feeling that movie. And by the end of it, you get the two of them sitting down together and actually talking and actually being real with each other without all that bullshit in the way anymore. All the old business was done now. Now they can talk as men and actually have that conversation that they should have been able to have up front. But they had all this baggage they had to deal with and unpack first. And how do two boxers unpack their baggage? They get their ass in the ring and work it out. I love this story. I love this direction. I love the visuals that I saw. And I got so many good memes out of that. It was hard to pick one for a thumbnail because there were so many good shots in this. I was like, damn, he did a hell of a good job for a first movie. Jesus Christ. This looked awesome. I would watch a Creed 4 with Adonis and Dame working together in the gym. I would watch a spin-off movie with just Dame. I would. Because I felt that strongly about the character. I felt that connected to the character that I want to see him win. I want to see him get on top of doing something again. I would want to see that. Like, look, I don't give a shit about Drago necessarily. Yeah, that was cool, but whatever. We've done Drago. Show me some more about what's going on with Dame and Adonis. Give me another one of those. Let Rocky meet this dude. I'd be down for that. That movie was awesome to me. Awesome to me. And it's from a first-time director. And I've watched that movie. That movie I watched. I came home and watched the other Creed movies again. And then when Creed 3 came on streaming, I watched it again too. So it's another one of those movies that I had such a good feeling leaving it that I had to watch everything else connected to it because I just wanted to stay in that world. I was just jonesing for it that damn bad. Talking about it now, I want to watch the shit now. So, yeah, I want to see Dame win some fights. I do. I want to see Dame start climbing the totem pole and just beating the hell out of people. I really do. I like to see him go against Drago. If you want to have a Drago movie, let Dame and Drago square up. See what's what. Look, here's the thing, BMT. From where he came from, I didn't mind his dirty technique because that was something I had never seen before. Wasn't. But I liken it to, if you remember the movie The One with Jet Li and Jason Statham and Delroy Lindo, right? The Yu Law character of Jet Li had a martial arts fighting style which was a straight line. That fighting style was developed in prison. That's why it's only a straight line where your fists are really close together and stuff like that, because it's made around being shackled, right? Not having a lot of range of movement. So everything is really straightforward, really quick, and really powerful. And it stands in a complete contrast to the other Jet Li character who was the hero in this shit, who has a more fluid style. I like those stylistic differences. To me, that's the essence of martial arts or a good fighter. It's one thing to fight somebody who has the same style as you. It's completely another to fight somebody who has a completely opposite style than you do, because it shows you the difference between those two people. Which one will be dominant in this situation? Because it don't always work out that way. I like that juxtaposition between the two. And Dame was a dirty fighter, which meant Adonis had to switch up his skill. Adonis couldn't be sloppy like he had been sloppy with other people who were actually trained boxers. He had to be the one who was relying on some fucking skill. It was good for the character. What up, UFO? Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, imagine seeing Dame in prison fights like Snipes. Yeah, look, he could fight Wesley Snipes. He could be one of the dudes in prison fighting Wesley Snipes' undisputed character that was based on the real life dude that knocked Tyson out in prison. I'd watch that. I would. Wesley can come back and do it too. I'd watch that. But overall, that movie was awesome. The movie was awesome. Now we get to the number one movie of 2023. And it's fitting that I'm at the number one movie with 11 people in here at 1 hour and 16 minutes. A lot of ones showing up. What a BMT saying. That's why his second was like, you're going to have to throw out the book with him because he wants you. Yeah, he wanted that ass. He was going to look, he was going to have to do something different because he was not feeling, he wasn't going to be playing that other shit. He wasn't going to be playing that. No, you're going to have to do something else because he got your number on all the rest of that shit. Yeah, I have seen Rebel Moon, UFO Kamikaze. I'm doing my best of list right now, though. And this is just for cinematic movies. It's not for streaming movies. Streaming movies would be a whole nother thing because I watch a shitload of streaming movies at one time. Possibly too many series. If I did streaming, it would have to be the top series of 2023 worth watching. And there'd probably be 5. Wouldn't be 10. Some of it was garbage. Some of it was garbage. And I can tell you this. If it's a list of 10, I'm putting Ahsoka at the bottom. Just on spite. Just out of spite, nigga. I'm putting it at the bottom. Just saying. So anyway. Number one movie of 2023. Best movie of 2023. I like a good story. And I don't care necessarily where the story comes from. I like a good story. I like compelling characters. I like characters you can feel something for. I like supporting cast that is fun, that actually aid the character. Shut up, Alexa. Why is she talking over there? Alexa saying I got her smiling because she feels corny because she's smiling from ear to ear. Like, why are you talking? You way over there. Creepy shit. Good story, great supporting characters, moving location, stakes for that character, personal growth for that character, even for the villain if it happens, and a hook to make you want to see what happens next, to keep you talking about it the whole time. The number one movie of 2023 that did that for me was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's right. Miles Morales animated movie was the best movie of 2023 to me. Better than Godzilla, better than Creed. Had so much in it, fan service, story development, character development, just what the fuck moments. And also, I got to see my boy Spider-Man 2099 on the screen. Aside from Miles Morales and Peter. I'm a happy Spider-Man geek. This movie, outside of just the animation being improved over the last movie, this Across the Spider-Verse looked awesome. It was fun. You were engaged with the character. The dialogue was pithy. serious and fun at times. The mother and the father were fleshed out as characters to where you felt them, you felt their angst, their care for their son, but also Miles grew and Gwen grew with dealing with what they were dealing with as spider people and as teenagers, dealing with the world and what they're going for right now. That's off the topic. See, Toya, this is why. This is the derailing. Now, when I first saw the trailer for Across the Spider-Verse, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to get. The last movie left off in a good spot that I was already there. Okay, yeah, I'll watch the next one. We'll see what's happening, right? But where this one went, I did not expect. I did not expect at all. And what I got was a story of a young boy pushing to become the man that he wants to be and defining himself. A young black Puerto Rican boy, a Blexican, if you want. No, he's not Blexican, a Blexarican, right? Pushing to define himself against a whole society of other people that are like him and realizing how rare and special he actually is and owning that shit. Not just from them, but for himself. And standing tall against all of them to do what? Not save his mama, not his sister, not his girlfriend, his father, for the love of his father, which you don't see in movies that often nowadays. Nowadays, everybody hate their daddy. No love for him whatsoever. This one, this dude fighting the whole Spider Society to get to trying to save his daddy. And you know what? You find out why it's important that he saves his dad. Because by the time you get to the other universe and he thinks he's going to save his dad, you end up in a universe where this Miles didn't save his father. And you see what he turns out to be. That boy learns who he would be if he didn't have his father, even though he's already afraid of what would happen if he lost his father. He gets to see what happens when that does go that way. He gets to see it himself. And he's kind of shook, like, oh shit. That was a jaw dropper. That was a jaw drop. That was a mic drop moment for that movie. Like, oh shit. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. And completely enjoyed it. One of the things I thought they did good is that the animation was so good that you got a little bit of the comic book, the Spider-Verse comic in there, where the textures and the colors for the different characters was a bit different for each one of them. It was germane for the universe that they came from. But when they were on the screen together, you could see little differences between them. They weren't all painted with the same color. That was something that was in the Spider-Verse book that I thought was so awesome, is that each character was consistent with the color palette from their comic book. And every spider character that came in there was consistent with where they came from in their own universe or book. They looked the same, all on the page together. And I thought that was awesome. That was an awesome detail to put in there. They captured that in the animated movie. I was like, that's great. Now, aside from the little switching variations they did, changing Spider Woman into a black chick who's pregnant instead of just having Jessica Drew pregnant in there. It's because they had other plans for Jessica Drew. And if you've seen the Madam Web trailer, you saw Jessica Drew in there. Okay, they had other plans for Jessica Drew. That's why Sony let them, throw Issa Rae in there as the pregnant baby mama on a motorcycle. I didn't need that shit, but I guess they figured they needed some diversity and some representation. Whatever. They could have with the Barton Spider chick. I thought Oscar Isaac killed it as Miguel O'Hara. I've loved Spider-Man 2099 since that comic came out back in the late 90s. I bought every issue of that book. I read every issue of that book and still have them. I like that character. Having that character show up in this animated movie and Oscar Isaac playing him, he brought that character to life where it was complex. You kind of got why he was doing what he was doing, but at the same time, you're like, Miguel, you're a dick. Because Miguel, in fact, in the comics, is a dick. But he will go in. He will go to fuck in. He is one Spider-Man that ain't Peter Parker that will punch somebody square off in their face. Just because. And I like Miguel for that because he has some anger issues. That Spider-Man has some anger issues. He does. He's not the nicest guy all the time. He's not the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Okay, he's Spider-Man. He might not be friendly all the time. You catch him at the wrong time, you're gonna get them fangs. Okay. I like that. I like seeing that character represented well. I like seeing the Spider Society with more Spider people on the screen at the same time, and even the fan service of doing the Spider-Man meme where everybody's pointing at each other about capture Spider-Man. Like, ooh, you. That shit was hilarious. It was. But more so than that, I like seeing Miles go against all of them because that is a man-making moment for that boy. That is him standing up, being his own man. And that is important for a character who looks like any other young black boy walking these streets today, learning how to be his own man against the throngs, doing what he feels is right, regardless of what everybody else said, and telling them he was a failure and a mistake. No, I'm not. That was powerful. That was some powerful shit to put in the cartoon. It was. And kids watch that. And I'm fine with it. Yeah, Ben Reilly was funny. He didn't get enough of his shine, but I like Ben Reilly too. So for me, because of the good feels that came out of that movie with the family, with the parents, with the comedy that came out of it, the music was on hit the whole time. Look, I couldn't say enough about this, especially with the entrance of Spider-Punk. That opened that character up to a wide range of people who didn't know shit about Spider-Punk, and they enjoyed that character. Just for the couple minutes he was on the screen, he became a lot of people's favorite character right off the bat. Just for that. And it's deserving. I believe now that people understand there are more than just Peter Parker as Spider people in the universe. That you could get a solo or a spin-off movie with Spider-Punk, Hobie Brown. You could get a spin-off movie with Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. You could. You could spin this off into a couple of other movies if you just wanted to keep giving one movie devoted to one other Spider person in the Spider-Verse. You could do it. And it would give the animators a chance to stretch their creativity with doing different styles of animation in each one of those movies. Could work. Now, for the villain in this, I thought the Spot ended up being a really great villain. He did. I'm really From being a goofy character in the beginning of the movie, like this slapsticky ass goofball. Oh my God. Talk about a mort of the month. Talk about a mort of the month. That was the beginning of the movie. Partway through it, you start seeing, like, oh, this dude's kind of a problem. You taking him a little bit more serious. By the end of the movie, he is a whole goddamn problem. You like, this motherfucker's scary. Oh shit, we got big. I think this is too big for Miles. This might be too much of a deal for Miles. He better call in somebody else. He gonna need some other help outside of Spider people. How he gonna beat him? I mean, that's where the spot got to by the end of this movie, and he wasn't even finished. The movie cut off. He ain't even finished. You got to get to the next movie to see what the hell is going on with him, because the way he amped up is like, oh shit, I'm down. Like Mission Impossible 7 and Doom Part 2, I'm down. Just tell me when the movie is out. Just tell me when it's hitting the theater. I'll be there. I'm waiting for the next Spider-Verse movie. That's one of the movies I'm looking forward to next year. Spider-Verse, Mission Impossible, Dune 2. These are the ones I'm looking forward to that have a high chance of being fucking awesome. And I like trilogies. If this next Spider-Verse movie wraps this up in a good bow for a trilogy, dude, it has the potential to do better than No Way Home without having three actors that you wanted to see in it. Everybody talked about this damn movie. People who ain't even fucking geeks was talking about this movie and have seen it multiple times. This movie had such great word of mouth. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. These are the people that will be showing up to see the next installment who wasn't even geeks. Comic book readers. They just watched the movie. Oh, it's the Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, it's the Black Spider-Man. I watched it. That movie was awesome. Did you see it? Yeah, I saw that shit. Dude, who was all those other people? There's that many Spider-Man? Yes, read a book. That shit was awesome. That was the number one best movie of 2023 to me. And it didn't have one live person in it. Animation was good. Soundtrack was good. Story was good. Voice acting was good. Compelling. And got a good fish hook in my chin to get me into the theater for the next one. Like, I'm coming. You ain't got to pull me. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Awesome movie. Awesome movie. If you watch it, young ones on BBC growing up, you love Spider-Punk. If you watch BBC, I agree with you. I do think Miles Morales writers need to change his name from Spider-Man. It is confusing with the Peter Parker. No, I don't think they should. He is Spider-Man. He is a Spider-Man. He's a Spider-Man of the Ultimate Universe. But there's also Spider-Man in this original 616 universe. It's not confusing to me because just the way, basically what people in the comic book world, right? In the comic book universe, in the comic, everybody knows there's Spider-Man around. There's a Spider-Man. It's either one or the other one. Now, most people acknowledge that one of them wears a different suit than the other one, so that there's two of them. There's Spider-Man. That's completely fine. Because make no mistake about it, you got Miguel around that bitch too. So you got three of them. New York, as far as I understand, is a pretty big fucking city. They can cover different boroughs. It's fine. I've said this the whole time. I like Peter being the alpha spider. and actually moving up to that role of being the elder spider and not having to be the young one making all the mistakes. I like that because I don't believe that Peter is actually older than Miguel. He's just had his powers longer than Miguel. And Miguel knew of the Peter Parker Spider Man because Miguel comes from the future. So he knows this is a legend to him. He's working alongside a legend. I like that. I like the idea that Miles in his universe took the mantle from the Peter in his universe that died. And now he's here in this universe with another Peter that he can actually talk to and is more experienced than him. I like that. So I don't have a problem with him being called Spider Man as well. It's fine with me. Now in the comic, it makes it a little bit different. Miles Morales, Spider Man. But you already know that Peter Parker is the amazing one. So you good. You good. It's fine with me. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, Spider Gwen, they finally gave her a real name, which was a Ghost Spider. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool, but you realize that she was Spider Woman in her universe. That's what it is. That's who she is. So I don't know. They kind of messed it up, but I'm fine with it the way it is. People bought the games because of the movies. Yeah, people bought the games because the fan base that likes Miles Morales are the millennials and the Z's. They love Miles Morales. I told you guys, like Ford is a millennial. Ford is 30 something years old. You gave Ford a choice. Ford would kill Peter Parker just so Miles Morales could have a spotlight. He would, because he don't give a fuck about Peter like that. I care about Peter. Ford don't care about Peter. Ford is on Miles. And most millennials really do like Miles. That's their Spider-Man. Fine. As long as Peter's still there. I'm fine with that. Don't have a problem with it. Tony says she loved when I get into my bag like this. You ain't seen me in my bag. This is just one bag that I got. This is just one of my bags. I have many bags. Y'all didn't get to see me rebuilding the fence that this fallen tree ripped up today. You didn't get to see me get into my carpenter bag and make some difficult shit look easy to people that was looking out their windows like, what the fuck is he doing? Oh, that's clever. Yeah, because I'm clever. What up, Shepherd Tracer? He said Miles Morales needs his own identity away from Peter Parker. He needs his own name. He has his own name and his own identity. You have to remember, he was Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe for a long time. Before the events of Secret Wars in Battle World that end up merging the Ultimate Universe into the 616 universe so that they all ended up in the same place together. He had been Spider-Man. He got his own identity. We just know him as Miles Morales. His popular name is Miles Morales. Anybody else that see him in the comic book swinging around call him Spider-Man. Peter is on the Avengers. Miles is on the Champions. He has his own identity. He's just another Spider person, just like Silk and everybody else. Excuse me. So anyway, that's it. That is my list of my top 10 best movies of 2023. And to recap, let me do this real quick since I got stuff in my eye right now. All right. So at number 10, we have The Creator. At number 9, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. At number 8, we have the Super Mario Brothers movie. At number 7, we have Equalizer 3. At number 6, we have Godzilla minus one, and there's an asterisk by that because this one can move up and switch places with number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which has an asterisk by it because it can move down one. They should swap. At number 4, we have Oppenheimer. At number 3, we have John Wick 4. At number 2, we have Creed 3. And at number 1, Spider Man Across the Spider Verse. That is it, y'all. That is my list of the top 10 best movies of 2023. Your list may differ if you have some disagreement with the list or you like the change of it. There's a comment section. You can leave your list down there. I'll read that shit. 4 to 10 had black male leads. Yep, 4 to 10 of them had black male leads. Now, I will give you on this list, there is an honorable mention. Now, because there were so many movies I actually thought were really good this year, my best list was longer than 10. So for honorable mentions, I have some movies and they got kicked out just for reasons, right? Now, top 3 honorable mentions is number 3, Gran Turismo. I really like this movie. If you study, or not study, if you research the real story of this character, this man, boy, whatever you want to call him, it's a really interesting story. This is a real thing. That's recent history, like 90s. This kid is still around. He is still racing. He's in the movie racing the car. His car. The story is about him. He's in it driving the car himself. This is a good story to show any melanated boy about having a dream and following your dream, regardless. This kid, I want to keep calling him a kid. He's not a kid. He's a grown ass man. At least in the story wise, he was a kid. This kid made his dreams come through and dealt with some serious hardships. Had a black father that he loved and respected, which you don't see that often in movies today. And actually made his dreams come true. The movie is Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo. It is a Sony created movie where you get to get some of the behind the scenes stuff on the Gran Turismo game. It's about a video game, but it's a live action movie because the story really happened. And it happened in recent history. It's not like from 50 years ago. No, this is less than 20 years. Less than 20 years ago. This actually happened. This person is still racing. It's on, God damn, I got something in my eye. I believe it's on Prime right now or Netflix. Either one, you should watch it. As soon as you get a chance, go ahead and watch it. David Harbour plays a good role in it. Orlando Bloom, his role is decent as well. But these are real people. The story is real. It's not some made up fictitious story. And it didn't get as much hype as it could have because the lead person is black. The only thing that you saw that they did was they lightened up the character. The lead actor is a lot lighter than the actual boy was. And that actual boy is dark as fuck. So if you look at my reaction to the movie, my thumbnail, the thumbnail I used specifically shows the real driver. and the actor side by side together. That's why I put him on there because I wanted people to look at his face and know his face, know who this guy is in these $1 million cars. That's the story you don't hear too often. You get an opportunity, you go for it. Dude, the last time you saw a story like that, it was 8 Mile and Eminem. So that's number three, honorable mention Gran Turismo. It was harder to place this one on this list because it was a real event and it was recent, but it was kind of a video game genre, wasn't historic. So I think Oppenheimer kind of bumped it out of the way a bit because that was actually real, right? Now, the next one in the number two spot would be The Boy and the Heron by Studio Ghibli. This was a really good movie, animated. Now, the reason it got down on this list is because I fell asleep part the way through it. Not because it was terrible, because I was tired. So because I didn't see all of it straight through, I could not justify putting it on this list. Even though the majority of it I saw, I really liked and really enjoyed. It was slow in some parts, but I have to go back and watch it again. But for what I was seeing from it, I was enjoying it. It's just as good as any other Studio Ghibli Hayao Miyazaki movie I have seen. So good, in fact, my date that I had to go see this movie doesn't even watch animated stuff. She is now watching all these Studio Ghibli movies with her daughters because we went to see the movie. She's like, damn, I really like that. Well, you should watch some of these other ones. They watching this shit right now. So if the movie is good enough that it can spurn people who are not into this genre of movie to start watching all the rest of their catalog, the movie is pretty damn good. Okay. If anything, it's doing a great job with pulling in new fans. The opposite of what Star Wars is doing. The next movie at number one, honorable mention, is Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, the reason this one didn't make the list, while it's a historical and it's good, it was not as good as Oppenheimer. They're both about the same length, but Killers of the Flower Moon was more depressing by the time you get to the end of it. But it's a very good movie. It's just really serious, and you don't leave it with a good feeling, right? And if me leaving the theater with a good feeling was a reason for this movie to be on the best list, not leaving a movie with a good feeling ain't making it. Doesn't mean it wasn't a good movie. It was an awesome movie. I just didn't feel good about it. And it was a true story. This movie, the main words that keep coming to mind every time I think of this movie and talk about it with people is grimy. The shit these people get into about these oil rights in this land to these Osage Native Americans was grimy. It was some grimy shit. Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie plays a good role, but he is not a good person. Robert De Niro is in this movie. He is a great actor. That character was not a good person. King was not a good person. And when you get to the end of it, don't be surprised when you find out that motherfucker didn't get killed. He lived a long time because it's a true story. And you see what happened to these people after they did all this grimy stuff. They still never really got prosecuted, screwed up, killed. No, they moved on, lived their life. How things happen in the real world. It's not tied up in a bow. Oh, hell no. So that was why it got honorable mention. It was a really good movie. The performances were really strong. But leaving it, I felt like shit. It was really messed up. I really thought that somebody that was like, I don't know. Somebody's family still needs to be paying for this. I really felt like that. Didn't make it not a good movie. It just put me in a different headspace when I left the theater. Like, man, this is some dirty shit. And the government was involved, and some of these other people. This was some dirty shit. So awesome movie, but didn't finish it. Didn't make that good feeling list. Um, Another one on there could be Napoleon. I thought it was a good movie, but I fell asleep partly through that one too, so I couldn't put it on this list in good conscience because I didn't watch the whole thing all the way through. Even though, like The Boy and the Heron, I enjoyed the two halves of it I saw. Really enjoyed it. It was just that little part in the middle I missed. Excuse me. So I couldn't, in good conscience, put it on the list. It's like, yeah, this is one of my best ones of the year. Well, I missed part of it. I can't even tell you how much I missed because I don't know how long I was asleep. And that's it. And that is it. Let me put Napoleon on there. So that's it. Like, share, subscribe. You got 2 hours of me doing this best of list. I know most people turn out 15 minutes on this, but most people don't do it with a live audience. So appreciate you guys' patience and listening to this, coming in and out. Thank you, Beasley. Yes. Gran Turismo is on Netflix. Boy and the Heron should probably be on Disney Plus sometime soon. I think it's still in the theaters. You can catch it still in the theaters. And I would suggest big anime movies like this, you should catch in the theater. You should. That's how they're meant to be shown. So you should catch it in there. Killers of the Flower Moon, it might still be in the theaters. If not, just wait for it to come on one of the streaming services because it is long. It is long. And Napoleon is long. That's what she said. So you can catch it in the theaters. I think it's still in the theaters right now. If not, it'll be on streaming in another couple of days, another month or so. So don't worry about it. But like, share, and subscribe if you like this review. Let me know in the comments. Excuse me. Let me know in the comment section if you, no, not even if you, put your top 10 in the comment section. I'd be really interested to read your top 10 because, mind you, I didn't realize how many movies I saw this year until I start writing them down from my notes. And you can see that's a lot of goddamn movies. I paid for all of those. So I need to be writing that shit off on my taxes or something. That's a lot of goddamn movies, dude. It's like a movie a week. And it sucks that some of them was bad. At least 10 of them that I listed were terrible. Ugh. Can't get that money back or that time. So that's it. No, and I didn't put Aquaman on this list, on the worst of list. I did not. Or Dungeons and Dragons. And Next Goal Wins was an honorable mention for being a good movie. It was Taika Waititi, but I saw it recently. Too recently to make this list. And Wonka didn't, honorable mention, but didn't make the list. Too late. I hadn't had enough time to sit with it yet. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for coming through. Toya dropping some love in there. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Toya. Rainfire said, I would not have known who Wendell Scott was if Richard Pryor hadn't played him. Exactly. That's what some movies are good for. You understand that a lot of people don't read nowadays. They get a lot of their education from movies. And when there is a movie about a real life person, it should behoove you, especially if that person is black. If you being black, it should behoove you to find out more about that real person, so you can learn their story. That's why they made the movie, so you would hear their story. Because without that movie, you wouldn't know nothing about that shit. Nothing at all. You mean there's a black person racing Formula One? What? I didn't know that shit. You mean he was possibly just in Vegas, racing in Vegas recently? Really? Hmm. And nobody other than people who follow Formula One know about this little young black brother racing these cars? Holy shit. That started as a video game player? Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's a story that needs to be told, especially in this video game generation. That fly, at least me for a Gen Xer, that flies in the face of everything that say you'll never get anything sitting around playing them video games. Well, apparently you can with enough support. So, anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I am artisanmc. This has been my top 10 best movies of 2023 list. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the last shop talk of 2023, the end of the year stream. Not the end of the stream or end of the year for Shop Talk Live, but it's the end of the year chronologically. So we're going to try to do it. It is an on-call edition. So if I have to leave, I have to leave. But hopefully everybody is celebrating and not breaking anything in their home so I can sit there and chill with y'all. So see y'all next time. Peace.